All right, all right, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ali Nadawi here, and it is the top of the hour. I see you, Junior. I see you, John. And I'm excited for the many who are literally texting me that they're excited because I'm excited for you too. I'm really, really happy with the opportunity that we get to meet yet again. We are focusing this whole month of May on prospecting mastery. So this will allow you to be a master at prospecting. And we have so much more that we're going to be sharing with you that has allowed us and created for us a network not only in 9 different countries, but it allowed us to build a brand that has expanded to the multitudes and created so many services, products, and so many propositions for us and for our family. So I'm really, really excited. For those who are hopping on, a little bit of housekeeping rules. For those of you who are watching on YouTube Live, you can comment, but I will not be able to see these comments until after the webinar. And for those of you who are right now in the webinar itself on this platform, on the right side of your screen, if you are on a desktop, you will see there is a comment box itself that you can write down your comments, you can write down your questions. And if you are on a cell phone, on the cell phone itself, on the very, very bottom, there is the comment box below that you can type in it, whatever it is that you want to type in it, such as me right now sending a quick hello to you, which should show right there. So, there it is. It says hello to you. So feel free to use that comment box throughout this whole webinar. I will be sharing with you information that has literally revolutionized our business and took us to a whole different platform. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Shamar. Hey, Pip from the UK. Vanessa from California. Shamar from New Jersey. John from New Jersey. Eric, I believe, is with us as well from New Jersey as well. We got a full packed house tonight. Junior from Chicago, Miguel Ramos, New Jersey, Lisa from Delaware. So we got a packed house. Hey, Kelly from Missouri, I believe, or Kelly Atkinson. I don't see your last name, from New Jersey. Whichever one you are, feel free to use the comment box to say hello and give yourself a shout out. But let me go right ahead and get started into what you came here for. You want to master the art of prospecting. So I'm going to share with you a whole lot of what we've done over the years. And we might even give you all a little bit of a little hint of the company we've partnered up with and the tool that they just allowed us to utilize, because boy, oh boy, it is something that I have never ever experienced before, and I owe you, to take a look at it as well. So let me go ahead. It allows you to see my screen itself, and let me go ahead and start from the very beginning. All right, let's go and talk about what it means to you to have that prospecting mastery, what you came here for, and how I can be of service to you utilizing Madawi Enterprise, our marketing consultant firm, and potentially I can be your strategic partner as well. So you are here for the following things. You're here to learn how to never run out of prospects. How many of us would agree in the comment box that one of the issues that we have in business, or whether you are a public speaker, motivational speaker, you have a service, a product that you're selling, it is all about finding new prospects for new gigs, new transactions, new contracts, new deals, and whatnot. Maybe you're struggling with your perfect pitch. Maybe you're looking to increase your activity. How about turn up your conversations where it does not stop, or create a unique approach that is literally almost unbeatable? How about a warm market, cold market relationship, and understanding what it means to go one way versus the other? Understanding that prospecting is not an infomercial. It is two different things. While if you can do an infomercial, it will speak to a specific demographic, but I will show you that prospecting on its own is reaching out, is creating a connection. And the last piece is going to be a little bit of mindset to understand that training is over the moment you begin. And this goes for your customers or representative or associates or employees or whomever you're dealing with. Even for those of you who may be here and say, well, is this for recruiting? Is this for network marketing? This is for everyone that is looking to create a transaction with anyone. In other words, let's say you have a customer that you are dealing with. Whatever you're telling that customer, they will brag to their spouse, their family members, or whomever, which they will repeat and say, oh my God, I got the deal of the year because you just trained them to share with the world. So you got to keep in mind, whatever comes out of your mouth will be held against you positively or negatively. So be very aware of that. A little bit about our story and about ourselves and how we come about where we are right now. Just like everybody else, I had they call them 9 to 5, but for me, it was 6 a.m. to midnight. I was a chef at a restaurant, and as much as I love food, I hated it. I was working 90 hours a week because it compromised my relationship. It compromised my marriage. My wife and I were having many, many issues, and over the years, that at one point in my career, I put my job before my family, and the second time, I put my business over my family. But I share this with you as a testament, so you do not make that mistake for yourself. We have been introduced to the business world through network marketing. Because of the fact that I worked so much, I could not afford the resources or the time to create a traditional business or get something else. So network marketing was our way to create a secondary source of income on our terms, on a part-time basis, which led to starting some traditional businesses, taxi companies, gas stations, legal services, deli, and so much more. Even so, that profession itself opened so many doors that we've closed national conventions. We spoke in front of tens of thousands of people and trained so many more. And we were featured in MLM Nation, which is the #1 business podcast in iTunes. And in the different combined platforms where MLM Nation aired our episode, we got over 100,000 plays. And that was something to be really excited about. We even released a book last year called The Lion Network Marketer, which is a positive book, regardless of the controversial title itself, that is educating the masses on how to build the network the right way and not do it the wrong way by misleading, by understanding the basics need to happen. It is not a get rich quick. It is not a part-time sometime. No, it is still a business that deals the same way any business does. We even launched a series of programs, of shows, of audios, and a whole lot more with a brand that stands out on its own. If you Google my name right now, I can guarantee you will find me everywhere on the very top first page of Google. All you will see is Madawi Enterprise. That is called dominating your space. And we will teach you how to do that alongside with what we're focusing on tonight, prospecting. Now, understand, we've worked with many different companies. Brian Service Companies is actually a friend of ours for years who has been a professional network marketer and has a traditional job. And he realized that he had more to offer than just market a product for another company. And we worked with him from scratch to develop a brand and develop a business that has allowed him to create a secondary income within his passion, within something that he owns that no one can ever change on him or take away from him, obviously, as long as he stays compliant. Code Green Solar, this is a $78 million company that has contracted us to not only develop a mindset for their team from understanding that they needed to self-generate their business, created a referral program, but more importantly, within the second month of doing business with them, we've added $1 million a month in a territory in New Jersey that they've never, ever, ever could have accessed before. And we'll share with you some of that as well right now. So we work with established Inc. 500 companies as well. True Power Energy, a solar company and energy company that started just about 6 months ago from scratch. It was just a thought, just an idea, and they are just about to hit their first $1 million of business in a month of business. That's pretty awesome, and we're excited that we had a little bit to do with their success as well. And Train for Life, which obviously Vanessa Jackson is with us on this webinar. She's the founder and CEO, and also she, believe it or not, has mentored me over the years, and I'm excited that I've had the privilege to collaborate with her on creating her company that focuses on the 5 pillars of life. Definitely check her out at trainforlife.org to have an understanding of the momentum that she has built for herself, by herself. And I'm privileged that I've had a little tiny bit again in as far as contribution to her success. Now, let's go ahead and give you a little bit of a disclaimer. It is very important for you all to understand that the better the relationship, the easier it is to convert a prospect, even in the cold market space. Some of you may have heard this before, but it is important that I put it on black on white, because many people will think just because of me giving you all my processes and techniques and philosophies that all of a sudden it's all going to work out. No, you still have to develop relationships. I'm just going to show you the best way to do so. The material that I will be sharing with you today is documented in coaching and building networks of close to 30,000 people with 9 years of successful experience. And when I say successful experience, I've gone through the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've struggled like everybody else. I've gone through the horrible things just like everybody else. So just keep in mind that you yourself have to go through that process in order to create the success that you want to have. The reason I share this with you again, so you can discipline your expectations, so you do not expect success overnight. There is no such thing. You know, it took me literally 7 years to become an overnight success story. As I tell this to everybody. So discipline your expectation and humble your mindset. Last but not least, that results will vary. They will be based on you applying the steps of success you will be exposed to today. So yes, I'm ready to be your strategic partner. Yes, I'm ready to work with you and give you everything that I am, but it all comes down to you applying. See, being part of a gym has nothing to do with losing fat and gaining muscle. It's all about you showing up every day and working your butt off. I'm sure Vanessa would agree with me on that statement in the comment box. Now, how do I never run out of prospect? This is a question that everybody gives me all the time. Well, there are few steps in a piece of technology that just got introduced, which I'll share with you at the end. But understand that I personally look for no's. That's how I never run out of prospects. See, when I reached out to you today, yesterday, the day before, invited you to this webinar, I wasn't looking for you to say, yes, I'll be on. I was just giving you an opportunity to take advantage of this webinar that I've been able in the past to charge companies literally between $3,000 to $5,000 to make it as a workshop training, and you're getting it here as a gift. So I knew I had the gold. I was just giving you an opportunity to say no, so you do not get mad at me for not inviting you. Because in my network, in Facebook alone, I have close to 5,000 friends. So every single week, I invite the next batch and the next batch. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just saying I have a business and I'm not looking with expectations. I look just to go through individuals who are looking or who are not ready for what I have to offer. So you need to have the same mindset. You need to look for no's. Stop looking for the yes, look for no. See, when you have a mindset of I'm looking for a yes and you get a no, it is like a punch in the gut. It is discouraging. It does not feel good. You become combative. You start looking for ways to get that yes out of them, and you're trying to hard close. That is so irrelevant to your process. Make sure that you are looking for no's. It makes the process a whole lot fun. Here's the thing. Make it a goal for yourself to look for 5 no's a day. You do that, guess what? You get that 5th no, you're like, yes, I finished my task. I get to go home. But if you don't get that 5th no, stay out there. Make the phone calls. Get an instant messages. Make sure you know your industry's facts. If I know more about your company or your industry than you do, you have zero value to add into my life as a prospect. Now, I get literally pitched every single day by every company, every rep. As you can imagine, I'm everywhere. So I get a lot of people who are kind enough to think of me and give me a little bit of that respect of take a look at my business. But here's the thing. If you were going to ask me about, as an example, Bitcoin, and I know the history of Bitcoin for the last 5 years, the prices that it started with, where it is right now, where it was downfall at $902 just about 2 months ago, and how it is today, close to $1,700 and so on. See, if I know all those facts more than you do, you have zero value to add. But if you let me know, hey, I found a way to utilize Bitcoin to do X, Y, Z. And by the way, I'm not promoting Bitcoin in here. I am just simply sharing with you an example, right? Just because that's the first thing that kind of came to mind. So make sure that you know your industry's facts because it makes you look like a pro. How do you do that? Study. Every single day, I read, I listen to audios, I write, I look at videos, I talk to different people. Whomever reaches out to me and says, can you look at my business? I never say no. I give them my public calendar, workwithali.com/schedule, schedule a 30-minute evaluation, and I will give you the time. And guess what? I do it so I'll be educated, so no one would know more than I do. I love the fact that I have value. I can teach more. And the only way I do that, by knowing my industry stuff. Go to at least one networking event a month. Just attend one networking event a month. Think about it as a resource of meeting new people. And guess what? They are free for you to attend. If you want to have a table, sometimes they're between $100 to $300, and you can have your banner, your information and whatnot. That's a different story. I'm telling you here, just show up, shake hands, get to know people. Here's the secret of networking events. There are about 30 to 40% of people who attend whatever that networking event, because it's usually monthly or bi-weekly or what have you. They will literally go back to the next one and the next one and the next one. That's a fact. So when you go back and you shake hands again, and the first time is just nice meeting you. The second time is, hey, weren't you in the last one? The third time, hey, buddy. Now there is enough of a relationship that you can solicit their business, that you can ask them for a sit down, 30 minutes or what have you. Use social media, funnels, and capture pages. I will be talking about this a lot until it gets drilled in your brain. If you are not utilizing social media to its fullest potential, you are literally living in the stone age of business. Do you understand that Facebook alone has 4.5 billion people and 2 billion of them are active, meaning every day they are touching their phone 10 to 20 times looking at Facebook alone? Use funnels not to sell, but just to create a value so people can come to you. Make sure you're using capture pages. If you don't know what that is, reach out to me afterward. I can educate you what that is. Essentially, it's just giving somebody something for free, and then they give you their first name, last name, and email, and now you can contact them afterward. This is for customers and for sales reps. This process I just shared with you. Remember, if you look for no's in customers or in sales reps, it's the same exact process. It is simply your mindset of what you're looking for. Now, make sure you have an accountability partner, a strategic partner, a coach, whomever is going to be as invested in your business. That's something that I am very passionate about and I absolutely focus on with my private coaching clients and the companies we consult for. So we can do that with you as well. Now, why have an accountability partner? Ready for it? You will lie to yourself. Point blank, period. You will lie to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that as a disrespectful way. All I am trying to tell you here, you're going to tell yourself, well, no one wants to listen to me. Well, I'm tired. Well, I'm busy. Well, this, well, that. Now, you may call them reasons, but some of us call them excuses. Now, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to move a reaction out of you. I'm trying to get you angry at yourself enough to say, enough is enough. I will never do this again. I'm trying to give you a reality check. So you need to have someone who will keep you on your feet. I'll give you an example of my wife and I. Thank God we're home every single day. We have the privilege and luxury of working from our own home office. Guess what? Every morning we go to a boot camp workout like clockwork. It's an hour every single morning. Now, guess what? My wife is carrying right now our 7-month-old child 7-month-old in pregnancy, right? That we are expecting. And here's the amazing part. Every single morning, we always look at each other, and one of us always does that. Do you feel like going? You want to skip today? And one of us always says, no, let's go. Because it's called accountability. And the system itself that we are working out of, it's 100% all about partnership style. So it's always two people working out together. So I cannot do what I'm supposed to be doing without her, and she cannot do what she's supposed to be doing without me. Yes, she could replace me with someone else, but obviously we're a husband and wife. We're a couple, so it is a little bit weird when you're going to work out with some stranger. So we are pushing each other every single day. That's the point of accountability. It doesn't matter how much I lie to myself. Well, I'm young enough. Well, I can eat better tomorrow. Well, I'll drink more water tomorrow. I'll go twice tomorrow. No, no, no. Accountability partner keeps me going. The second thing is that you are the worst boss you've ever had. You judge others based on their action and you judge yourself based on your intention. That is horrible. You need to step up your plate. You need to work harder in your business right now than your boss made you work for themselves. You remember when you used to hustle, or maybe you still are in that situation, and you're working your butt off. You're doing everything possible. You're making, the every single appointment on time. You're making every single task and returning it on time. But when it comes to your business, you're delaying it 3 days because, oh, I'll get it done in the weekend. Come on, man. Shame on you. Make sure that you are respecting yourself. Make sure you are respecting your business. You need to have a challenging goal, and only an accountability partner, strategic partner, or coach is willing to do that for you. You need someone to push you to the next level. Again, going back to working out, someone who will say, come on, give me one more, give me one more. No, 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 you didn't give me enough, because you won't do it for yourself. I can tell you by experience, if I am doing push-ups all alone, I will stop every 5 to 6 push-ups and I will tell myself my wrist hurts. I have 2 permanent screws on it. And if I have somebody next to me who's pushing me, I don't stop for 45 seconds straight, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's the power of that accountability partner. So you got to have one. And here's the thing, you will claim to run out of people. I'm pretty sure many of you, especially in the network marketing profession, tell each other, hey, I run out of people. I run out of people. I run out of people. There is no such thing as running out of people. You are just convincing yourself of that. If you have that accountability partner and look for no's, you'll be good to go. Now, who here wants to know what's the perfect pitch? I mean, anyone wonders if there's a perfect pitch? I'm pretty sure many of you are wondering, what is the perfect pitch, Ali? Can you share with me the perfect pitch? Well, I'm here to tell you there is none. And here's why. Every single individual that you're going to be talking to, every single person that you're going to be talking to understands and hears your language differently. Everyone that you're communicating with is going to give you a different reaction, a different response. So you have to be a good listener in writing things down. And the more things that you are writing down, it will 100% be what you are using to create an actual proposition. Such as, hey, just so I understand, so I'm in the same page with you. You said what's important to you is A, B, C. And if we can create a process that works on, E, F, G, we're going to be able to do such and such and such. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Great. And now you can deliver. In other words, focus on them and what is important to them. Most of you are focusing on what is important to you, on what you can buy on your own self, what you can make out of that transaction. That is irrelevant. To them it is. No one cares about how great your business is. They're only looking at what's in it for them and why they should invest in you. So you gotta focus on them. Stop telling people how great your product or your service or your offer is. Focus on, hey, what's important to you? One thing that I educate my private coaching students and the companies I've dealt with is don't ever give a price out. Always ask, what's your budget? What works best for you? And customize your offer to their needs. That way, every single person you can do business with, that way you're telling that person, I care about you. I actually give a damn about you. Most people, unfortunately, they're just saying, well, I know you're probably saying you can't afford it. However, it's this and it's that. No, man. What is your budget? What worked best for you? What are you looking for? What were you hoping to see? Those are the things that people want to hear. They want, think about yourself when you go to a car dealer. What are you looking for? That person who can hook you up, right? Hey, work with me. That person who's willing to tell you, what can you afford? What do you need me to make work for you here? What are you hoping for to establish today? Same exact thing. Make it around them, not about you. Ask relevant questions about their job, their time freedom. Find out their why. Tell the person, hey, so you were talking to me about a vacation. When was the last time you went out? Oh, gosh, I wish I could. Guess what? Hint, write that thing down. Well, listen, I was in the same place. I could relate to that 100%. Ask them, hey, you were mentioning you wanted to lose weight. What happened with that? Oh gosh, yeah, I haven't had time. Tell me more about that. Write it down and find a solution to what they're telling you. And guess what? Once you provide the solution, they will say, I never thought about it that way. Well, I'd love to work with you and assist you towards that goal. Now you have a qualified prospect in front of you. Provide the solution to their pain. You are a solutionist. See, the biggest entrepreneurs, the most successful companies are those who are providing the biggest solutions. So provide solutions, people will buy. Focus on whatever is important to you, you will struggle in a major, major way, right? The reasons why people don't respond to you. How many of you would agree that you've hit up some people, you've commented, you've sent an inbox message, you've done something to communicate, to prospect someone, or to solicit just a hi back, and you're still waiting for them? They are in that what do you call it? The witness protection, if you will, right? You did not find out what did I do wrong. I mean, I literally have sent messages to people in the past like, hey, did I do something wrong? Did I say something that upset you? Like, can you just communicate with me? Like, you can tell me I'm not ready, but just talk to me. Like, let me know what I did so I don't do the same thing with someone else. So here are, and for each one of you, it's going to be a different reason, but here are the top three reasons that you will realize that people are not responding to you. The first one is this: the fact that people don't trust you. Now, don't take this the wrong way. Don't get offended. See, if you come across as a salesperson, if you come across as you're selling, soliciting, if they get that vibration that you're selling me something, they immediately put a wall between you and them because they go customer style on you. See, the customer is programmed to say, let me think about it. The customer is programmed to say, can I find it cheaper somewhere else? The customer is designed to say, no, I'm just looking. So you got to make sure that you're not coming across as that pushy salesperson. You got to provide solutions. So again, remember, the key to prospecting when you are reaching out is ask relevant questions. Hey, what's important to you? ABC, great. Well, what would that mean to you if I can create that for you? Man, that would be great. You know, how many people that I talk to and they say, man, if you can make up something like that, I'm all in, dude. I'll do whatever you're doing if you tell me something like that exists. Guess what? Because I provided a solution to their pain, which forces them or drives them to say, I'm in, I want this, I'm going to go for it, right? So create that trust factor. The next piece is this. You sound like an infomercial. You know, you have your Facebook page all about your network marketing product, or instead of talking about a movement, about a mission, about a mindset, about an idea, you're talking about the what, the product itself. I mean, do you ever see any of my videos talking about, do you need me to coach you? Do you need me to give you a rate on helping you build your company? No, it's not about being, no pun intended on the ME logo, and one day I'll explain to you how powerful that logo and it is about we. It's just flipped upside down for a reason. But, you gotta be able to provide solutions. They're looking at you as an infomercial. Let me give you an example of what an infomercial is. You will be watching a video, like let's say you caught an infomercial. You're flipping through the TV channels, and here comes P90X, right? As great as P90X or Insanity or whatever it is. You will watch the whole infomercial. If it's 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it is, you'll watch it from beginning to end. You'll hear the testimonials. You'll see the ads, all that stuff that is going on. But the moment it goes on the second loop, what do? You change the channel. Why do you do that? Because, all right, I get it. I saw what I needed to see. I'm moving on. I either made a decision to look into it or I made a decision to move on. Same exact thing. Some of you make the mistake to keep on talking about your product or your service over and over and over, that even if it's great, the majority of the masses are going to be like, I get it. Yes, abs. Okay, weight loss. Okay, I get it. It's all this great magical tool. I get it. And they're going to move on because you come across as an infomercial. So be very, very, very careful and let us know if we can help you out with a strategy to overcome that issue itself. Now, here's the last piece. It's a mindset. Some people don't have the mindset to be in business with you. Some people don't have the mindset to focus on whatever it is you're focused on. Some people don't see eye to eye with you. We've covered that last month in our Brandon and becoming a Brandon an attraction machine webinars that we've done throughout the whole month of April. Some people are just not going to see eye to eye. That's why you have to understand your culture and your demographic. You got to know who you're talking to, who you're catering to. It doesn't matter if you have the greatest steak in the world. If you're talking to vegans, you're not selling a damn steak. So you got to keep in mind and you got to focus on the right audience. So do not get caught up on why isn't this person buying from me or why isn't this person. Some people, it's a timing thing. Others, they just don't have the mindset of what it is that you are doing. So make sure you understand that. But here's the thing. Relationship cures all. Relationship cures all when it comes to prospecting. If you focus on them, if you talk to them, if you ask them questions, if you cater to them, they will give you love back. If you are just about your service, your product, and you're only talking to those who are willing to pull out their pocket and money and invest their credit card, well, guess what? You kind of asked for it for people to say that person is money hungry. So make sure you do not fail yourself towards that. You must increase your prospecting activities. What does that actually mean? So we talk about the text process all the time from Grant Cardone, but here's the thing. Use social media to represent an idea. See, I use social media. I start everything that I do on Facebook, and some of you know that I repurpose everything. My Facebook Live becomes a YouTube video. My YouTube video becomes a SoundCloud blog audio. My blog audio becomes a copy on WordPress. My WordPress makes it to my website. Guess what? I just did one video, and it created all this residual activity after it. So that is a way that you can increase your activity. Now, you got to outsource. You got to have a budget already premeditated to create all these different things for yourself. And again, we can help you out with that. But make sure you're using social media to represent an idea and focus on that message. Focus on your vision. Focus on the solution you're providing to that problem that you know only you are skilled at. Guess what? People are going to connect with you. Martin Luther King had a dream, not a game plan. And people followed him because they bought into his vision. So what is that idea that you believe in? What is that message that you want your legacy to depend on? That's what I do. Change starts with me. I focus on change, on positive change. I will represent that. You will see it through me, through my health, through my physique, through my relationship with my wife, through my income, through everything that I am, you will see positive change. And I attract people to be part of that journey with me, with my flaws, with my errors, with my mistakes. You know, if you caught me last month, I had a webinar with like 20 people that the slides didn't move, the screen would not allow me to get on. And guess what? Because I did not back off from that struggle, that opposition that I was getting, everybody said, man, you still killed it, you know, because I allowed them to be part of my failures as much as I did on my success. Create engagement with videos and pictures. Folks, you know, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. A video speaks 1,000,000, literally. Think about it. If you were to write a blog, you know, of 2 pages, 500,000, you know, words, 500,000 words. Let's just say, you know, 6, 7 paragraphs. Let's just say you're going that much. Do you, I mean, that's probably like 6 pages, but still. Do you know how long it will take you to write that down and make it correction and all this kind of craziness? Or you can speak in front of a camera and you just cover the same exact topic. You have to use videos. If you're not doing videos every single day, you're not communicating to the most active current audience on social media. So you gotta use videos because people comment on videos, they like videos, they share videos. Those are engagements that you are creating. Then you turn your likes into private conversations. Some people ask me like, dude, why do you keep changing your profile picture every week? This is why. Every time I change it, I get 50 to 100 new likes. Guess what? I send inbox messages to every single individual. Hey, thanks for liking my picture. Now, some of them I haven't talked to for 3 years. I don't just go on and say, how about getting on my webinar and learn about prospecting mastery? No, man, no. I send them just a genuine thank you for liking my picture. And they will respond, you're welcome. How you been, Ali? Good. How about you? Now we have an open conversation. and I do not talk about business, even if they say, so what business are you building now? Because maybe they've known me from 3 or 4 years ago on some network marketing company. And I say, thank God we are blessed. How about you? I completely dismiss any solicitation. Oh, well, I'm good, man. I'm still in the job. Well, that's great. At least it paid you more than your network marketing company did, right? Yes, that is true. I never thought about it that way. Yes, it is a profession just like any other profession. Keep your head up and stay proud of it. I'm so proud of you. And if they respond, well, I'd love to hear what you're working on, or they do not, I keep the conversation personal. Until the next time, again, we engage in a comment, a like, a relationship interaction in any sort of way. And then I continue where I left off. What's up, champ? How you doing today? Oh, I'm doing phenomenal. How is the job treating you? Oh, like you said, it's a job, right? Well, guess what? It's paying you still, right? Yes. Let me know if you have some time. I'd love to share with you a couple of different things that I might be considering. Oh, man, that will be fantastic. Now I brought that person to me slowly because I'm not pitching. And let me know when you have time. Some things I'm considering. Now, they might not respond right away. They might. Now, again, third time, whenever they like, I go back into the messenger. Hey, do you have time sometime this Tuesday around 8 o'clock? I got an actual webinar. It's very generic and it's complimentary. I'd love to get you on and just get your feedback on what I've been working on. Oh, man, that's awesome. Thank you. Now I'm in business. So you see, sometimes it takes me literally 10 different times of, hey, what's up, superstar? How's your day going today? Because I'm not focused on my business. I'm actually focused on finding out if I can be of service to them. Sometimes I leave them alone 30, 60 days. Sometimes I don't talk to people for a year. When you have that notification on Facebook in the morning of birthdays, do you just ignore it? Do you just move on and leave it, or do you actually take the time? I literally take the time and I send a voice message, not a written one, not a just happy birthday on your newsfeed. Hey, Joe, I just want to say happy birthday, man. I wish you greatness, happiness, joy, abundance, health, wealth, success, whatever you desire and wish for. Love you, man. Have a good day. You know, like take the time to make it personal and people will respond to you. All right. Use capture pages. Again, this is some of the things that I use. I offer complimentary things all the time. And the only way for you to access that complimentary information is by giving me your first name, last name, and email, which I add you to an email list. And whenever I have a webinar, an event, or whatever I'm doing, I get to blast an email to everybody. Hey, since you've downloaded my prospecting rules PDF, we have a prospecting webinar that I would love to have you part of, right? Again, just engaging with people that you have already created that relationship with. But remember, relationship, relationship, relationship. Next, make sure you use what we call the 90-10 rule when you are posting. The 90-10 rule is in my humble opinion, it's a killer or well, a killer as in suicidal or a killer as in you're doing great things, depending on how you look at it, right? So the 90-10 rule is 90% of the time I represent an idea, a movement. I talk about something that I believe in, that vision that I talk about all the time, that culture, that community that I want to build. And 10% of the time I will plug in, hey, I'm doing a special, unique webinar, blah, 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 or I'm going to be at this event. Here are the tickets, right? And I learned that from jab, 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 right hook. 90% of the time, give, 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 give. 10%, you're going to say, hey, I'm offering this in exchange of an email or monetary exchange or whatever the case may actually be. So do not become a QVC, which is just promoting the product over and over and over. That's 100% the wrong way, because people don't go to social media to buy stuff. People don't go to social media to purchase or look up products or services. They go to social media as a resource for entertainment, as a resource to just have conversations. It's like going to a club of a bunch of friends that just want to talk about everything, right? Comment, hey, nice hat, nice this, nice that. So don't be that person who is annoying them with ads in the middle of your product. Be real. Be genuine to create real emotions. This is so crucial. People will smell the phony from a mile away. Be real and genuine. Seriously, create real emotions. Like, I talk about this all the time. I personally have done, a couple of videos where I was talking about just how much I love my wife or my mom, or a part of my life that I, overcome failure, and I shared certain things about my past, and and people connected with that. People said like, "Wow, I never knew that side of you," right? So they will connect with the real, genuine, vulnerable you more than they will actually connect with, the success story, because, people are like, yeah, okay, all right, I get it, you're successful. But when you tell them about what it actually took, when you share that testimony of failure, you're telling them you too can get there. You're inspiring people, and they will connect with you on that major. You must use live broadcasting. So yes, you can record a video ahead of time and then share it. But guess what? Most people are thinking, yeah, you recorded that 16,000 times to get the perfect hit, right? It's scripted. Live broadcasting is essentially allowing a window into your life. You're showing real, raw emotion. You're sharing with them the true self. There is no script. There is no but if maybe. If you stumble, you're stumbling live. If you're chatting, joking, laughing, if you're eating, it is the real deal, the real you. Make sure you allow people to encounter who you truly are, because guess what? When they see the real you, they will like the real you. The more they like the real you, the more they trust the real you, the more they relate to the real you. All those are the recipe of influence. Influence is credibility and relatability, and you have the opportunity to create that with live broadcasting. So if you are shy from doing live broadcasts, I am telling you, you are robbing yourself. Let people know how shy you are on a live video. Get on and just say, all right, I'm be honest with you. I am freaked out right now. I've never done a live video before, and I hate the way I sound and the way I look on video. But here it is. I'm going to do it just to get it out of my bucket list. And I guarantee you, the amount of love that you're going to get from the masses, whether they are watching it live or in the recorded version, will blow your mind. And again, you turn those likes, comments, shares into conversations in instant message. Hey, thanks for liking, thanks for supporting, thanks for this, how you been? And little by little, you're bringing that prospect into that realm that you want them to be at. As Grant Cardone says, 10x your activity and you will 10x your results. If you notice, you will find me everywhere there is this thing called internet. I am in Pinterest. I am in Tumblr. I am on Instagram. I am on Twitter. I am on YouTube. I am everywhere. I am even in MySpace still. I exist everywhere. And I am 100% 10x in everything. I spoke to my web designer and I said, hey, let's push this so hard. You sure you're not going to turn people off? No, no, no. I'm not. I will actually 10x my network. And the few that don't belong, they will actually excuse themselves because they just don't relate. I'm focused on building a community that belongs within my vision. Those who don't belong within my vision, whether I do one video a week or a month or 10 videos, they're not going to relate to my vision anyway. So they're automatically going to X themselves out. Remember, I look for no's. I look for the people who give me that opportunity to move on to the next person. And I do that within everything that I do. So 10x your activity. You got to turn it up. If you do one video a day, make sure you turn it into 2. If you are an Insta story once a week, you got to do it every single day, 5, 10 times a day. Yes, it's hard. Success is hard. Yes, it's going to take you a lot more than what you're doing right now. Guess what? Toughen up. You want to be an entrepreneur, a success story, that's what it will actually take. Let me talk to you a little bit about the process of a new representative or a customer. This is how you turn that like into a potential customer representative acquisition. Ready for it? Here it comes. So let's just go with 2 platforms that most of us, at least, are on. 1, Facebook, 2, Instagram. Let's just go right now or after this webinar, at some point, and make sure you post a picture, something nice, not about your business, not about your product. Let's just take Facebook and change your profile picture today. As you change your profile picture, the majority are going to like it. The people who like you will like it. Everybody else, don't worry about it. So those likes themselves send a private message to everyone who likes it. And by the way, how do you figure that out? Just, in the bottom underneath your picture, it says, Ali and 50 other people liked it. Just click on that total number and you're going to get a list of everybody who liked it. Then you can go to their profile, click on message, and you can send them a message. And just send them a simple, hey, thank you for liking me or commenting on my picture. Just that simple. After that, have a natural, genuine, caring conversation and identify their reason why. Do not, do not pitch your business. And that's pitch with a P, Vanessa. Advise them on possible solutions. What I mean by that is when they go forward and they're like, oh yeah, nice picture. Ask them, how you been? Oh, I've been good. What's new with you? How's the family? I seen pictures of your son's birthday the other day. How did that go? I was nothing major, small. How come you didn't go big? Oh, well, sometimes you got to go small based on the budgets that you're allotted. Well, what do you mean by the budgets? I thought, things were going okay for you. Well, they are, but unfortunately, I got a demotion, or now they're giving you their reason why. You have an opportunity to advise them on a possible solution. You see how it says advise them on a possible solution, not tell them, well, I got the service for you that is going to get you out of that mess. No. Hey, man, I feel for you. Actually, I was going through the same exact thing. I don't know if this means anything to you, but I would love to share with you what I've done to get myself out of that situation. And they're either going to say, yeah, absolutely. What is it? Guess what? Set up a follow-up appointment. Do not ever, 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 ever go right then and there and start giving them the information on text. Hey, well, I don't want to text you what I've done. When can we talk for 30 minutes? When can we talk for 30 minutes? Whether it's in person, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a video call, whether it's Skype, whatever it is, whatever means that you both agree upon, set up an appointment where you have the full information in front of you, where you are prepared for any questions, where you have your support team available to you. Make sure you advise, do not pitch. Now, Jim Rohn said your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. How many of you agree with this statement? Let me share with you a fun fact. You all know about a game called Candy Crush. Some of you maybe even played it. Some of you were addicted to it. I never got into it really, but I love the fact that I started seeing everyone jumping on it. Now, Candy Crush itself, on the outside or in the bottom frame of the game, there is advertisement. And between certain stages, an advertisement will pop up for 5 seconds, and then you exit out, and then you continue your game, right? So Game Crush, and you can look this up. If you go to Google and look for how much did Candy Crush sell for, and there is a whole article about it in CNN Money. Candy Crush sold 2 years ago for, ready for it? $5.9 billion with a B dollars. The reason Candy Crush became so valuable, because what people didn't understand, Candy Crush was not a gaming platform. Candy Crush was an advertising platform that gave away a free emotional connector. They gave you a free game that you fell in love with, and you were like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I'm in level 3,355. I don't know if that even exists, but I'm just making numbers up. And guess what? Whomever bought it, they said, oh my God, you have a database of over 2 billion people that I can advertise to. Every advertiser wanted to be exposed to the 2 billion people. So the company that bought Candy Crush paid almost $6 billion to the person who created a dumb game. That's called your network is your net worth. So how is your network? How is your database? How big is your list? Are you building your following? What are you doing to attract them? Again, last month we focused on branding. Only through a brand, unless you build a brand identity, and as your strategic partner, we work with you in creating that, you are nothing but another salesperson of whatever it is that you are providing. I don't care how good you are in it. I know traditional business owners that are acting like the cashier. See, if you're a traditional business owner and a salesperson walks in and says, how you doing, sir? Is the business owner here? They just insulted you. They're saying you're a cashier in your own business because they see nothing but an employee. You gotta be that attraction machine that you're supposed to be. And again, we worked on it last month. We can still make some accommodation if you need to learn about that as well. But you gotta build a network, a following that will grow with you. Your discipline or resistance will determine your success. What does that mean? Your discipline to the activity, to the process that I'm educating you on right now, is going to allow you to follow step by step and create the following, create the relationships, create, and every single day, you're going to have one person that you're talking to. And then the next day, it becomes 5 people you're talking to. And then the next day, and then the next day. You know that last month, in 4 webinars that we have done, just like we're doing right now, they were complimentary webinars. Guess what? We had, God is the honest truth, 220 plus people who came through 4 webinars. You do the math on that. How would you like to have 200 plus people come to you instead of you having to go look for people in the different platforms that we are in? I mean, right now, there are 14 people. We started with 17. We have 14 people who are still watching this. And on YouTube, there are over 30 people who are watching this right now as we speak. So your discipline will give you the results over time. Your resistance is when you start making up stories. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not sure if this is going to work for me. I don't think I have the money. I don't think my business line. No, this applies for everything and everyone. You will determine your success based on your discipline or based on your resistance. This is why you need an accountability partner, a coach, a strategic partner, whomever is going to get you there. Here's some of the tools that I use. Use a calendar or a daily planner. Pretty simple, don't you think? Go to the dollar store. It's probably going to cost you $5. But just go to the dollar store and get yourself a daily planner, a paper daily planner. Because yes, while they can be in your phone, if you're in this program right now watching with us, you're probably waving different notifications. Or if you're doing a Facebook Live and somebody, something comes up, you're waving it again and again. You're removing that notification itself, like I just did in my iPad right now. So guess what? Unless you have it written down where you are looking at it and you're not moving on with your day until it gets done, or at least at the end of the night, you remove it from that slot to the next morning, you're going to miss out. Schedule all appointments at your available time. At your available time. See, whenever people, want to talk to me or schedule time with me, you think I'm going to say, hey, when are you available? No. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow at? What are you doing at the time slot that I have available? So I do not interfere with my habits, my natural routines that I do every single day. I don't interfere with my wifey time. I don't interfere with my health, with my workouts, with my lunchtime. Right? Those are disciplines that I've worked hard on to develop. Make sure that you have an end time. Most of us schedule the time, but we don't have an end time. Many of my calls, every single time I start a call, unless it's just a free for all call, just happened with a friend or whatnot, it's usually like, hey, what's going on? Listen, we have until 8:30, so we have about 30 minutes. What's going on? That way, the person I'm talking to knows here is what time I have to drop off, and be non-negotiable. Hey, listen, man, I love you to death. I really want to continue this conversation. When can we talk again? And when can we schedule another 30 minutes? Because I want to finish this conversation with you, but I got to drop off and go to another webinar or call and whatnot. Be non-negotiable. If you are negotiable about your success, you are also negotiable about your paycheck. Be non-negotiable about what you're doing. This is why you will need to automate and outsource. Now, most of you, if you're doing business with me, if we're talking regularly all the time, you don't hit me up and say, hey, when are you available? And I'm gonna, let me check my calendar. How about this? How about that? I always send back my public calendar. Pick a time slot that works best for you. Every single Sunday, I already have the time slots that are working for me. And the moment you book it, it immediately gets taken out of my availability and it goes directly to my calendar. So I don't have to waste time talking to people on the phone or anything like that. 5 ways to outsource and automate is funnels. I'm sure I drilled this in your head by now. Capture pages, giving away. It's not to sell. It's just to give away and capture contact. Upwork.com to find a web designer or a virtual assistant. Do not get it twisted. Some people think when they hear a web designer or a virtual assistant that it's going to cost me $100 an hour. Listen, I'll tell you the reality. You can find individuals who are, from overseas, from different marketplaces, Philippines, or from India, or from any other country, even Europe. And guess what? You have the opportunity to work with somebody at pennies to the dollars you make. Literally $10, $5 an hour, $15 an hour, and they work on project-based activity. not on, salary or weekly check. It's projects. So if you use them for that week for 3 hours and you're paying them $10 an hour, that week you spend $30. If you use them every single day, obviously it is a project based. And Upwork allows you, because every time they clock in, because you're their boss, every time they clock in, their screen and a camera that is facing them has to be on. So you see that they are actually working in front of the computer, and you see their work at any point you want to, kind of check on them and whatnot. And I love that. Obviously, thank God I have a great relationship with my web designer. At first I used to, but I haven't done that in a year that we've been working together. So just keep in mind that these people are available and they will do the work for you. Now, you may say, well, you know what? I'd rather just do it myself and save that $10 an hour. I am telling you that you are valuing your time at $5 or $10 an hour. Your time is much more valuable than that. Give the $5 or $10 an hour to somebody else to do the work for you, and be the boss you need to be, the CEO, to create $100, $200, $300, $1,000 an hour, whatever you are worth. That's the mindset. It's not I'm worth, when you say, oh, I'm going to just do it the cheap way, you're telling me that you're worth $5 an hour. That's what your time is worth, because you're taking the time to do that in a whole hour where you could have been giving it to somebody else. And now you have an hour to yourself to create. All right. Calendly.com. That's what I use for my virtual calendar. It is a free program if you only have one time slot. So I highly recommend to everyone, just go right now and create that free program for you. It's going to give you only one time slot. So what I mean by that is, for example, if you do a 60-minute complimentary consultation, and that's the only thing that people can book you for. If you have multiple options, like for myself, I have private coaching, complimentary evaluation, business presentation, Super Saturday trainings, and different companies, different top earners book me for those different events. So I pay $8 an hour. Wow, that is, $8 a month, not $8 an hour. $8 an hour for me, not to waste. Let me see my schedule. Did you check your schedule? Does that work for you? Does that work for me? No, automatically let somebody do that for you, and it automatically syncs with your calendar. Social media sponsor ads. I used to make a mistake and have to share all my stuff over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'll share it in every group, and I'll share it in every. Are you one of those who shares your videos and posts in every single group with the hope that people are going to see it because the group has more people in it? Guess what? Sponsored ads. It costs me about a penny per view. A penny. So if I get 100 views, that's $1. I would pay $1 any day for 100 people to check me out. That is $1 for 100 people to see what I'm doing. Do you understand how efficient of a marketing expense that is? It's all about shifting your mindset. It's all about thinking outside the box. Stripe or QuickBooks is to collect payments. That's how I collect payments. It's essentially a fully operational system. My web designer takes care of all that for me. I just have to give people a website, and then they everything gets processed from there. I see you, Vanessa. We all have done it in the past. Just make sure you apply what I'm sharing with you right now, and you'll have the process done the right way. Now, how to approach. See, over the years, I've simplified this little by little, little by little, little by little to make it where it is right now. And here is what I do. So first things first, and I'm not moving forward until I drill this in your head. You have to get yourself in this mindset. You do not talk to anyone about the what, the how, anything until you lock in the when. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow at 6? If you tell me I'm busy, how about Friday at 2? It doesn't work for me. Well, when do you have 30 minutes for me? Not this week. No problem. I'll reach out to you next Tuesday and check you out again. No, well, what is it about? No. It's okay. You're busy this week. I'll reach out to you next Tuesday, and if you're available, we'll talk. And I'll call you next Tuesday. I'll put it in my calendar again. Make sure that I'm following up with you on time. Hey, what's up, bud? How you doing? What are you doing tomorrow at 6 o'clock? Oh, actually, I'm available. Awesome. Now I locked you in. Guess what? Great. Put me down in your calendar. You just told me you have nothing going on. You're available. I'm not even telling you to what. Great. Put me down in your calendar. We have a guaranteed appointment before we even talk about what I have. What are you going to do? step out of it. Tell me like, no, if you have a true relationship with me, you know, like I didn't ask you anything. Great, put me down in your calendar. And most people are gonna say, sure, what's this about, right? Like, what is this? Well, I'll tell you. I have something I'm super excited about, and I want to share it with you first before I go public with it. Guess what? Here is the mindset behind this. Here's why you have to use this very same language. I have something I am super excited about. This raises the intrigue. This raises the curiosity. This makes people feel like, whoa, all right, what do you got? And I want to share it with you first, making you feel all special and exclusive before I go public with it. Here is what you have to include before I go public with it. Many people are going to say, what is it? What's the name of the company? Is this product? Is this that product? Is this an MLM? Is this that? So when you say before I go public with it, that protects you. So you can say, well, as I've mentioned, I didn't go public with it yet. So I'd much rather to wait until we're going to meet, and then I'll have all my information with you. Well, what is it? Well, like I said, I really haven't gone public with it yet, and I hope you respect the fact that, you know, it's really sensitive information to me, and I'd rather wait until the time. Stick with that. That will protect you 100% of the time. Now, it may or may not be for you, but I respect you enough, and I could use some feedback. Again, it may or may not be for you. Guess what is that doing? How many of you would agree with this statement? Many people will tell you, I just don't think your service or product or offer is for me. I just don't think that company is for me. I just don't think that's something that I would do. So guess what you're doing right up front? Hey man, it may or may not be for you. You're letting them know and giving them permission to say, no, I'm not interested, which automatically, remember that wall that we talk about that goes up? They automatically drop the wall because you just told them, hey, you can say no to me. Hey, it may or may not be for you, but again, I respect you enough, making that special feel, but I respect you enough, and I absolutely could use some feedback. Depend on you. It will mean the world to me if you can just honestly tell me if this is something that I should or should not do, right? Again, it may or may not be for you, giving them that permission to say no to you, but I respect you enough, special, that I could use some feedback. I need your help, all right? And again, you have to believe what you're sharing with them right now. You have to talk with genuine, honest messaging within you, okay? Last but not least, besides, it would be nice to see you anyways, or it would be nice to talk to you anyways, or it would be nice to hang out with you anyways, whatever means of communication that you are having. This brings them back to the human element. You know, if you have somebody who's like, yeah, but what is it? You know, well, like I said, it may or may not be for you, but seriously, dude, I respect you enough. I literally just want to share it with you and get some honest feedback. Besides, man, why the hell are you drilling me? It'd be nice to catch up with you, man. Guess what? It brings them back to that human element. You know what? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, too. Bring them back to that human element is so crucial. So, again, what are you doing date and time? You do not move on until you get a locked-in date and time. And if they say, I'm not available until 30 days from now, do not tell them anything until 30 days from now. Don't schedule an appointment unless it's within the 7 days. If it's not within 7 days, no, I'll call you back and find the time slot that works for both of us. You're going to get questions. Hey, man, I'll be honest with you. I really don't want to give you partial information, but let me bring all the documents with me. Again, I really don't want to give you partial information, or I really don't want to mislead you by giving you like just bits and pieces in there. I'm too excited that I don't want to give you just a piece of the puzzle, but let's just wait until the time of the appointment and then I'll share everything with you. Why can't you just tell me right now? Because I already told you. I haven't gone public with it yet, and I hope you respect the fact that I want to wait until then. Besides, man, it'll be good to hang out. I'll give you everything you need to know. All right, great. Always stick with that. Remember, your discipline or your resistance will determine your success. And this applies to any business. If you are in a nutrition business, same exact concept. You want to give a short presentation, whether it's over the phone. Here's what my program is about. Same thing. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I got something I'm excited about that I want to share with you, so on and so forth. And you tell them, here's what I've been working on. Here's what I've been working on. And I really would love for you to be my canvas, my example of everyone. And here's what I could do for you. Here's what I can offer, so on and so forth. So the next piece is warm market versus cold market. Now, many people usually say, I'd rather go cold market. And some of you say, I wish I had more warm market. Here's the thing. Here's what you need to understand. Whether you are playing in the warm market space or whether you are going to cold market is emotionless because there is no relationship. And it should never be an instant pitch. It requires to build a relationship. How interesting is that? So yes, you may create a brand new, instant communication level. You may, connect with somebody because they liked your picture or they just added you as a request and whatnot. But don't just go into, hi, thanks for adding me. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. That is the biggest turnoff you can't even imagine because I'm sure you've had somebody do that with you in the past. All that's telling the individual, or when I get it, like you don't even care about me. All you want is my credit card. You didn't take the time to even say hello. How rude is that? Right? So it's essentially a spammer. So in cold market, create the highs, the how are yous, nice meeting you. What made you connect with me? Did we meet at any point? What do you do? Do you have any kids? Build a relationship and go back and forth. Go to their profile, like their pictures, add comments. Whenever you see them going live, jump into their lives, encourage them. They will do the same thing right back for you. All right, you build relationships. Now, here's what cold market, which you wanted to eventually become warm market. So, for those of you who think cold market is easier, it's essentially just working hard to make a warm market, and it's just the name of the game. So, the question is, what value do you and only you have? This is what your prospects are thinking. Not how much does your product cost or how great is your company or all that stuff. Your company has many people who are doing the same exact thing in it. Your profession, your industry. If you are in the real estate, how many realtors are there? If you are in the investing, how many investors are there? If you are in nutrition, how many are there? If I'm in the coaching and the consulting space, how many people are there? But what value do you and only you have that no one else has? Again, it goes back to branding. It goes back to having that brand identity. But this is the question that you have to answer in order for people to connect with you, to create that credibility and relatability. Remember what we talked about. Prospecting is not an infomercial. So do not send me a 6 paragraphs presentation of your company in a text message. Do you see what it says there? It's an absolute turnoff. Don't make that mistake. I cannot ask you this enough. Do not make that mistake and send somebody a 6 paragraph presentation because you think if they read it, they're going to be my rep. That is the biggest rookie mistake you can ever do. Again, it's a flyer in a text. Flyers get thrown out. Do not make that mistake. Be human. Use the highs, the how are yous, how is work, any recent vacation. Find out their need and obviously provide it. Use funnels, lead generations, capture pages. And remember, as I said many times, these are to attract people to look, not buy. The only way someone will actually invest in you and do business with you if you have a physical, verbal conversation with them and fulfill their needs and set up a game plan from A to Z for them to see, okay, I trust you. I see the vision that you're laying out. I'm with you. Let's run. Let's do this thing. So make sure again and again, make sure that you are using funnels, lead generators, and capture pages to attract people to look in, not to buy. Okay? Your brand is your promise. How many times do I say this? Make sure that you know your brand's promise. Like, what do you stand for? Again, Madawi Enterprise is all about change. You know that ME with a pyramid above it? It started as an idea of it's me and I'm in the bottom of that pyramid, right? Of the upside down pyramid. People, especially in my history, I've been in network marketing businesses and I've worked with network marketing companies. And, the interesting thing is people say, well, the person on top gets paid on everybody that's on the bottom. That may be true. But the person up top, the only way for him or her to be successful and top earner is to bring people with them. That's why we have that upside down pyramid. And I'm the one in the bottom of the top. And the only way for me to flip it so I can rise is we all rise together. That's why if you flip it upside down, it becomes we. So understand that You got to know your brand's promise. Change starts with me. I am taking responsibility for the whole world's change, and I will stand by it. I will be held accountable by the world, by my action, by my activity, by my talks, by everything that I do. You got to be very, very careful and keep the right healthy mindset. If your mindset is messed up, you will not prospect. Have you ever had a bad day and you just don't feel like doing anything? You just wanted to grab a bowl of ice cream, watch TV, and do nothing. Just sleep and crawl with that pillow. I've had those days too. Believe me, I'm just like you. I'm human. I hate some things sometimes that I'm like, screw everybody. I don't want to talk to anyone today. But guess what? Here's the mindset shift that you go through regularly. So thoughts become things. Whatever you start your mindset with, if you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, today's going to be an amazing day. It gives you this feeling, this emotion, this motivation. Feelings generate actions. This is why motivational speakers, that's what they do. They say things like, imagine if you can be, think about where your life could be, right? They create and they trigger a thought. That thought automatically makes you just go into this la la land on your own world. It gives you the feeling. That's why sometimes you get goosebumps. That's why sometimes you smile to yourself. That's why sometimes you feel this emotion, this warm feeling that just takes all over your body. And guess what? You walk out of that event feeling motivated. That feeling of feeling motivated, or whatever it is that you're feeling, creates or generates actions. Those actions create results. That's why many people walk out of a convention saying, in the next 90 days, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be that, because their thoughts gave them that feeling gave them the actions. If they act on that action, of course, it will give them the results. Now, those results themselves are going to create more thoughts. Just like when you have an amazing kick-ass day, you put your head on a pillow and you smile. You're like, man, today was amazing. I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to recreate it tomorrow. And again, new thoughts, new feelings, new actions, new results. So remember the acronym of TFAR, TFAR. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. This is how thoughts become things. You hear it on The Secret, the documentary or the book. They always talk about thoughts become things. This is how that process works. Many people think just by closing my eyes and thinking about it, it will appear. To a certain extent, you can manifest the feeling. The feeling will manifest the action, and the action will manifest the results. But you have to make sure that you are aware of your thoughts. If you know me well, and if you've ever had the opportunity to look at my phone, my screen, my screensaver when my phone is locked is, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? So whenever I look at it, I'm like, yeah, clean up your head. So I'm always on the right frame of mind, right? Training is over when you begin. As I've mentioned to you, your new prospects are like kids. Whatever you do, they will copy. And when I say prospects, I'm talking about your clients as well. To some of you, if you are, Vanessa, for example, Train for Life, your clients themselves, whatever you're doing, from eating, from amount of push-ups, your workouts, your attitude, they will 100% copy, because you're leading the pack, and they will tell everybody, oh yeah, I learned what I'm doing from Vanessa. The posture, the way I do my push-ups, the way I do my sit-ups, my discipline, I learned it from Vanessa. So now they're promoting you based on what you taught them the moment they got started. However you acquired that client is what they're going to tell people what got them excited. So be very, very careful what you are saying. Your referring customers, as I just mentioned, will tell the world. So be very, very careful with what you're telling people. We get into the tendency to get really passionate and excited that we may oversell certain things sometimes. And then you get a spouse that will go to his husband, to her husband or his wife, and what would end up happening is that spouse will be like, "Oh my God, I got promised this and this and this and this and this and that," and they oversell it. And then whenever something comes up, you have to start explaining, "Well, yeah, you're gonna get that, but eventually." And now you look like you lied to people and misled people. So discipline everybody's expectation and humble their process. If your process is not simple, it will not duplicate. It just won't, or probably not even start. So it has to be a simple conversation, again, within your followers, within your customers, within your clientele, within your representatives. Whatever you do, they have to be able to repeat it simply. Think about this when you hear it. What comes to mind? Ta-da-ta-ta-ta. What comes to mind when you hear that? Automatically, it is a simple process. It is a simple conversation. My wife and I, sometimes we stream and Hulu or Netflix or whatever, and sometimes there are commercials before and after, and there's this allergy pill or whatever commercial it is. It's called Lysol, whatever it is, and it's this little owl, and it says "Be Wisol, use Lysol" or whatever it says. And my wife loves it. I mean, for whatever reason, every time she sees like that is so cute. I'm like, what? And she loves repeating that sentence. Why? Because it is a simple process that is easy to repeat. Is your process simple enough for people to duplicate and repeat, whether it is for followers, customers, clients, representatives, or whatever it is that you do? Make sure that you have a universal language that you, your support team, and corporate executives all speak. If I say something that my wife is saying differently, that my web designer is saying differently, that my virtual assistant is saying differently, we have a major problem. That speaks confusion into our audience. So we all say the same exact thing. We all see eye to eye with everything that we are doing. So you yourself have to identify that language, make sure everybody is saying the same exact thing. How important is your momentum to you? Obviously, it's what we call a simple question with a simple answer. But here's the thing. Your credibility is on the line. It's 100% on the line. The longer you go without momentum, the more your brand suffers. And people are watching. Don't get it twisted. They might not get into your Facebook Live because some of them know if they get on, you're going to send them a message or whatnot, but they're watching. So the longer you go without momentum, the longer your brand is suffering. It's like a house that you're trying to sell. The longer it stays in the market, the lower the value drops for that house. So you have to figure out how to make change, because no change means no change. If your business is not where it needs to be right now, if your team, if your clientele, if your followers are not growing, something needs to change ASAP. Whatever you're doing is obviously stalling. So let's get you there. You can have access to all of our training platforms, our daily method of operations, our scripts, our leadership strategies. You can have me as your official team trainer or personal or group trainer, as your strategic partner via webinars, seminars, or weekly special calls for you and your team and your clientele and your audience and your very, very same platform. Who are our services for? Our services are for everyone. Network marketing professionals. Obviously, this is something that you absolutely need. Sales professionals, business to business experts. This is a customer acquisition or representative expansion prospective process. Make sure you do not think about, oh, well, this is for people who are trying to get reps for a network marketing company. No, you need clients. This is what I use. These are the strategies that I use to have 220 plus people come to my webinars last month. These are the strategies that I use to get you to come and watch this webinar right now. So imagine what you can do for yourself applying these very same processes. And I hope that you actually took notes, because I'm literally giving you everything you need to do. Just go and apply it. Hopeful coaches, public speakers, internet marketers, whatever it is that you want to put out there, it is absolutely 100% works. How can we work together? There's different ways that we can do this. 4 weeks team training packages. This is for teams. So what I recommend to you is talk to your team. Make sure you're not looking at this for just for yourself, which you can if you are a top earner and you have the resources. I'd love to work with you and build alongside with you your company, your business. So this is a full customized leadership strategy created specifically for your company, for your product, or for your service. It's a $997 value. It gives you access to our Empowered Self private group to be part of a success community. This is priceless, the information that goes into it. A list of all of our scripts, tools, daily method of operations, conversation starters, list of applications that we use to create our imagery. That's $197 value. And email support for $47 value. All of this, by the way, we're providing to you, and it adds up altogether to a value of $1,241. But obviously, we love you, and we're making an offer specifically to our webinar audience, whether you are on YouTube or on this platform itself. And this 4 weeks team training package is only for $497. So remember, it is only $497, and you're getting a whole lot more than that, almost triple the amount of what we're leaving it here. So this is A, right? Now here's the better part. For those of you who may be at a tough spot or whatever the case may be, and you're not ready to invest that much in yourself, we have payment plans available. So obviously, you can let us know. We can work with you on this. But here's the thing: this is only $100 deposit due today, and we'll give you the link in a little bit, and we can work with you on the rest throughout the 4 weeks. So, you can even communicate with your team. If there are 5 of you, 4 of you, hey guys, can we put $100 a piece for the next 4 weeks? And guess what? We have Ali Madawi and his company to work with us as our strategic partner to help us build our company, our network, our product, service, offer, whatever it is that you are in need. Now, remember, this is specifically geared towards prospecting. It doesn't. Last month we focused on brand building. Last month we focused about creating a brand identity. That's a whole different process itself. But this is geared to building a following to make your brand stand out in a major way. We have many other offers as well. So for some of you, this might not be the right offer for you, but guess what? We can customize our training, our coaching, our services around and for you as well. Here's a flash gift for all of you who are watching this right now. I love doing these. So the first person or team to enroll with the 4 weeks team training package tonight will get 2 more weeks at no extra charge. So instead of 4 weeks, you're getting 6 weeks, still at that same $497, although it is valued at almost $1,300 of overall value. So it's pretty awesome. And I'd love to make this happen for you. I'll give you the link in a little bit. I'm sure some of you are like, come on, give me that link already. Because all you have to do is drop $100 deposit on it today, and we'll work on the rest as we go. And you get me immediately starting today to start working with you. How can we work together from a second platform? Now, this is for those of you who are, top earners, those of you who have a team already in existence, for those of you who are ready to take things to the next level, to host your own event, branded all around you with your own team. And guess what? It is a customized 2-day regional event. However, you get the actual 4 weeks team training package, which will essentially become 6 weeks, obviously, if you go for this as well. This is 6 weeks of everything that I just shared with you thus far. Plus, you get a 4-hour Friday night closed session leadership event just for you and for your immediate team, those leaders that you want me to work with and invest in you. And again, we're going to work together for 4 to 6 weeks to develop all this information exclusively just for you and your team. And then a 4-hour Saturday training event with preparation and execution of all of our processes and tools to have a successful event. This is a $1,497 value, and when you add it all together, and by the way, 4 weeks of unlimited communication via Voxer, it's a walkie-talkie application, $497 value, and 4 weeks social media reviews, where we make your team's social media or your own, the leader, social media platforms our favorite, and we get to see everything that you do. We adjust, we advise you, hey, that comment that you just got, here's how you should respond to it. Hey, that comment that they just gave you, just dismiss it, delete it. Hey, you should do this, you should do that, as if it was our very own account. Again, when you add all this offer together, it comes down to, as a value, $4,729. But obviously, I love you. And this 4 to 6 weeks plus 2-day regional event plus full communication, you're literally going to have me work with you in your organization as I'm part of the team to build whatever it is that you want. This is $2,400, obviously a major, major discount, or only pay $2,000 and you get an instant discount of $400, and this is available until tomorrow night Pacific Standard Time. Or we also have payment plans available. You only have to deposit $400 to start this process, and we are ready to rock right now and today. And then obviously we work together on the rest for the next 4 to 6 weeks plus those regional events. Now, travels, obviously, expenses are not included in this offer. If you are, in other parts of the country, that is not included. So it is okay if you are not ready to invest in yourself. I just want to make sure that you understand this. It's okay if you're not ready to invest in yourself, in your team, in the business that you have the vision for. But just remember, why did you come to this webinar? What were you hoping to see? Let me remind you some of the things that I told you we were going to go over. You wanted to learn how to never run out of prospect. And I'm pretty sure if I gave you all this information complimentary for an hour and a half, imagine what we're going to do for 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever works for you. You came to learn how to have that perfect pitch, to increase your activity, to turn up your conversations, to create a unique approach, to have that warm market understanding and develop it quickly, to turn your cold market into instant relationships, to grow your prospecting not as an infomercial, but as a professional prospecting expert, to understand and teach all your team and create a prospect where the moment you are beginning with a prospect, training is already over. That is why you came in here, and that's what we know for a fact we can create for you. So no matter what you decide on, just make sure it is an educated business decision, and don't think like a customer. See, when you think like remember that $5 example, right? $5 to outsource. You're doing it yourself for an hour. That means that you value your hour at $5, while you could have given somebody else that $5, and now you're creating $100 to $1,000 worth of content, of material, of programs and whatnot. Same thing goes in here. You may look at this as, $497 or $2,400, and again, remember, it's only $100 or $400 today to get this thing started, and we work together for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Or you may just say, I think I'm good where I'm at. I'll be ready when I'll be ready, and there is nothing wrong with that. Just make it an educated business decision where your business and your brand is not going to suffer, because I'm ready to be your strategic partner. I'm ready to work with you day in and day out to create. And I fear that after the month of May is over, we're not going to be able to add anyone into our business line because we've already been working with 14 people since the month of the end of or midway month of April, to where they're 4 to 6 weeks their brand identity and their private coaching and whatnot. That if depending on how the month is going to be over, I have to obviously cater and work with people individually. So we might have to start a wait list after this. So I hope, again, you make an educated business decision for yourself, to have us available to you. So to choose the path that works best for you, and remember what I said, the first person that gets for themselves the first offer of 4 weeks as myself as your strategic partner for $497, you get, instead of 4 weeks, you get 6 weeks, obviously, of full access. So the link to choose the path that works for you, where you can deposit either $100 or $400 or take care of the whole thing, is workwithali.com/grow. It was appropriate to pick the name Grow, because we know for a fact that this will make your business explode. So again, workwithali.com/grow to have, it's not just about acquiring people. It's about having the right strategies, the right terminology, the right help to get you to where you need to be getting. So that is our full-blown training for you. Let me ask any questions that you may have, and I want to thank you. Now, I told you there's one more announcement. Now, this is 100% something that just got announced literally Monday. Well, last Monday was talked about. with a company that I'm a part of that we have a partnership with. And they released a gadget, a little tool. It's not it. This is just so I can describe to you. It's literally the size of this thing. And you put a 40 character words that you save it in it, and then you put it in your pocket. Wherever you are, anyone within 100-yard radius, think about it as a football field. And let's just say there's 5,000 people in that football field. All those people will get a notification on their phone with that message. Now, that allows you to prospect. Remember, prospecting is to knock on the door, is to reach. You still have to learn how to market, how to talk, how to communicate, how to attract them, to bring them in. So this tool literally just got announced yesterday. We have full access to it. We can pre-order it. I really don't want to talk about it on a public platform. I can talk to you guys individually about it if you want to learn more about that. Because imagine, just think about it for a second. Everywhere you go, as long as that thing is in your car or in your pocket or in your purse or in your bag, anyone with a cell phone, an Android cell phone right now, will get that notification. You know, would you like to learn how to lose weight? Would you like to learn how to do this? Or would you like to learn how to do that? Whatever it is that you are marketing, and then they either dismiss it, you never talk to them, they were strangers anyways, or they click learn more, and then it automatically takes them to a video or a funnel or website, whatever that URL that you decide. Immediately after that, they enter their first name, last name, email, phone number, and here are all these people available to you. So we can talk about that individually as well. Now, let me get back to any questions that anyone may have for me. Man, Ali, listening intensely, sadly, absolutely. What were those Facebook stats again, please? 4.5 billion people are on Facebook. 2 billion of them are active, and they touch their phone about 10 times a day on average that they log in into Facebook. Laugh out loud, you know it. And with a ton of GF, your help. With a ton of girlfriend, your help. I don't know what that means. GF. Off your help, with a ton off your help. That's a misspell. I'm ready. Do your thing. All right, Eric. Hello, Ali. Hey, what's going on? Miguel. Hey. Okay, so any questions that anyone may have for me, I'd love to answer it for you. Good info. Thank you. You're very welcome. Any questions anyone may have. And remember, that link that I gave you is workwithali.com/grow. You only have to deposit $100 today, and you have me for 4 to 6 weeks working with you every single day to create your content, to create your message, to create like a whole curriculum for us to work together. So, I mean, if that is not valuable to you, and I can promise you, you will not see these prices after the end of May. Guarantee you with everything that's within me. Last year we used to charge $150, for our $1,200 coaching because, as obviously the clientele increases, the value increases, and we have to focus on the select few that are serious. So we have to obviously make sure that our profits and our business lines are met as well. So we cater to those who are ready to take their business to the next level. So I'm highly recommending to you right now, do not think like a customer and stay behind, because it's only going to increase every single year. Good info. Thank you. Thanks for the Facebook stats. You got it. I'm going to give you one more minute, unless you don't have any questions, and we can wrap it up. I'm watching here on Facebook as well. Any questions anybody might have? We got 30 seconds. Great stuff. I hope that's a good you killed it, Vanessa. Anybody else? 30 seconds and counting. Another awesome training. My pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, just keep in mind, tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we are launching our brand new website, workwithali.com. That is workwithali.com. It's probably backwards in here, but, it's all love. Workwithali.com. It's probably, I'm more excited about this than I ever have before. So, looking forward to giving you all that I am. Great information. I ordered one of those prospecting gadgets and anxiously waiting for its arrival. Awesome. I'm glad to hear. Totally straight. No backwards. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you again so much. Make sure, remember that we're doing this again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you weren't ready to do this by yourself, and maybe you have a team member that is by your side within your network, within your company, an executive team, somebody that you have to communicate with before making a decision, bring them on next Tuesday. Already right now, go to workwithali.com/prospect and you can reserve your spot for next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Standard Time, and you can have them watch this thing with you. You can get a second look again, and you can make an educated business decision with that individual. So it's not, a responsibility of just you as well. And I can assure you with everything that's within me, if you allow me to be your strategic partner, I know for a fact that we can create the success that you design it and you deserve it to be. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you all. And I look forward to being your strategic partner. I will talk to you individually probably tomorrow. Take care, everybody.